Imagine for a moment waking up and the compass of your life, the one that used to point you clearly forward. Well, imagine it's just spinning wildly. It's
Right.
a really disorienting, kind of unsettling feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
You find yourself like just going through the
Oh,
motions.
running on autopilot.
Exactly. Running on autopilot, maybe a general sense of indifference creeping in.
Mm-hmm.
You might have a stable income, a roof over your head, friends, but still, there's that quiet, persistent question in the back of your mind. Is this? Is this really it?
It really is that deep, unsettling sensation of being truly adrift. And that feeling, it can manifest in, well, so many ways.
Like what?
Well, perhaps it's from an unstimulating job, the kind that just zaps your energy and leaves you feeling completely unfulfilled at the end of the day.
Right. Drained.
Or maybe it's an unfulfilling relationship. It could have lost its spark, feels stagnant maybe, and it leaves you with this vague emptiness that just sort of lingers, even when, on paper, everything seems perfectly fine.
Yeah, that on paper thing is key.
It is. And this isn't just like fleeting boredom. It's a persistent, nagging question, a quiet wondering if something absolutely crucial is missing from your life.
That's a really powerful way to describe it.
Yeah.
And here's the fundamental truth, I think. You are absolutely not alone in feeling this way.
Not at all.
Everyone, at some point on their journey, kind of encounters this crossroads, this moment where the path ahead seems obscured. It truly is the universal human experience to feel stuck, to lose that vital sense of direction, that clear, compelling path forward that maybe once guided you.
And that's precisely what this deep dive is all about today. Our mission isn't about giving you quick fixes or suggesting you just distract yourself from the discomfort of feeling lost.
No quick fixes here.
Right. Instead, it's about equipping you to truly check in with yourself, to look inward with intention, and to understand this feeling not as some kind of flaw, but maybe as a profound signal from your own inner compass.
That's right. So today, we're embarking on a deep dive into some really powerful insights. We're drawing from psychology, mental wellness, and the profound art of self-reflection. We're going to help you not just identify the root causes of feeling adrift, but crucially, to map out a clear path forward with newfound intention and a deeply personal sense of purpose.
We'll explore practical strategies, some thought-provoking questions that might genuinely surprise you, actually.
Yeah.
And some powerful mindfulness techniques to help you not just find your way, but to truly begin to thrive in your own unique life.
Okay, so let's begin by really unpacking this stuck sensation. Where does it come from?
Unpacking the stuck sensation,
Yeah.
why we feel adrift. So that feeling of being stuck, living on autopilot, it's incredibly common. It really is part of the human experience, maybe a signal that something just needs attention.
Definitely a signal.
What are some of the common scenarios, maybe the triggers, that bring on this sense of being adrift, even when from the outside things might look perfectly fine? Well, often it begins with circumstances that just drain our vitality. Think about, like you mentioned, an unstimulating job where your potential feels untapped, maybe, or where the daily grind simply doesn't align with your core values.
Right. That misalignment is huge.
It really is. It's that feeling of just going through the motions. You might be performing adequately, sure, but there's no spark, no real engagement, no sense of growth.
Yeah.
And similarly, an unfulfilling relationship, whether it's romantic or platonic, can leave you feeling stagnant and disconnected, even if it's outwardly stable. And then there are the major life changes, the kind that truly shake our foundations.
Like what sort of things?
Well, a significant medical issue, maybe. The unexpected death of a loved one. Or the ending of a relationship that was really foundational to your sense of self. These profound shifts can leave you at a literal crossroads, unsure how to move forward when the landscape of your life has just dramatically changed.
Leaving you asking, who am I now? Where do I even go from here?
Exactly, that fundamental questioning.
So it's clear those external shifts can be powerful catalysts. But what about some of the deeper, maybe core reasons we end up losing direction? Really feeling adrift from our own purpose. Our sources point to several key culprits, and one significant factor that has impacted so many of us recently is cognitive overload, overwhelm, and burnout.
Yes, and this has become particularly acute in recent years. It's affected virtually all of us on a global scale, really. Psychotherapist Joyce Martyr, she insightfully highlights how difficult times and, pervasive life challenges like facing an unprecedented pandemic can lead to widespread burnout.
Right. the pandemic impact?
She describes the pandemic itself not just as an event, but as a kind of global trauma. It left many of us feeling emotionally and mentally depleted, unsure where to turn next or how to regain that sense of normalcy and motivation.
That resonates.
Yeah, that sustained high-stress environment, the constant sort of low-level anxiety, and the erosion of our usual coping mechanisms. It can fundamentally exhaust our cognitive resources. Well, when your brain is constantly processing threats or navigating uncertainty, there's very little left for creativity, for planning, for feeling connected to your purpose. It's like all the bandwidth is used up.
Just survival mode.
Pretty much. And it's not just big events either. Even simple, persistent issues like not getting enough quality sleep can significantly contribute to this chronic state of burnout. Makes you feel perpetually stuck in a fog. Your nervous system is constantly on edge, making it incredibly difficult to think clearly about your direction.
I think we can all relate to that feeling of mental exhaustion. It's
Yeah.
pervasive. Now, another subtle but incredibly powerful reason we get stuck is unconscious self-limitation and self-sabotage. This isn't always an overt conscious choice, is it? It's often a deeply subconscious way we try to find an exit from unhappy or uncomfortable situations. Could be career, relationships, even personal development.
That's spot on. You might find yourself unknowingly creating obstacles or maybe holding yourself back from opportunities that could actually lead to fulfillment. It's like putting the brakes on without realizing it.
And does this tie into things like imposter syndrome?
Exactly. It often ties directly into something many, many people experience. Imposter syndrome. It's that nagging doubt about your self-worth and capabilities, despite clear, often undeniable evidence of your achievements and successes.
That little voice.
That insidious internal voice, yeah. It whispers, you're not good enough, or you're going to be found out, even when objectively you are highly capable. This internal narrative can lead straight to self-limiting behaviors. You hesitate to take risks, apply for promotions, pursue passions,
Keeping you stuck.
ultimately keeping you trapped in a cycle of perceived inadequacy and inaction. It prevents you from even seeing the paths forward that might actually exist.
And then, on a more serious, yet thankfully treatable note, there are unmanaged mental health conditions. These can play a huge, often underestimated role in this feeling.
Absolutely crucial point.
Conditions like clinical depression or chronic anxiety can significantly contribute to this pervasive sense of being stuck. It makes it incredibly hard to find the motivation, the energy, or even just the mental clarity to identify and pursue a sense of purpose.
Yeah, the world can feel dulled, right? Possibilities seem limited, and taking any action just feels overwhelming.
So what's the key message here?
The absolutely crucial thing to remember here is that these conditions can be effectively managed. As Joyce Martyr puts it so well, and it really bears repeating. We all experience mental health symptoms at various points in our lives because we are human. Transcend shame and stigma and seek the support you need and deserve.
That's so important, removing the stigma.
It really is. This isn't a sign of weakness. It's a normal part of the human experience that requires care, just like any physical ailment. Managing these conditions, often with professional support, is a vital and empowering step towards regaining your sense of purpose and forward momentum.
Makes sense if your brain is struggling.
Right. If your brain is struggling with its own chemistry or thought patterns, it's like trying to navigate with a broken compass. Addressing the underlying issue allows the compass to function properly again.
Okay. Then there's the issue of limited vision and a lack of a clear why.
The why.
That fundamental, deeply personal reason to persevere through obstacles, to get up in the morning, to keep pushing when things get tough. If you don't have a clear why, a compelling vision for your future, or a deep understanding of what truly motivates you, it's incredibly easy to feel directionless, to just drift with the current.
Martyr uses a really great analogy for this lack of vision. She says, without forging our own path, we end up going with life's current, which may lead to us getting stuck. We need to empower ourselves to pick up our oars and map our greatest path.
Pick up our oars. I like that.
Yeah, think of it. If you're not actively rowing towards a specific destination, the current will inevitably take you somewhere, but it might not be where you actually want to go.
So just focusing on the day-to-day isn't enough.
Well, focusing on the day-to-day, or simply getting by, can sometimes be helpful for managing acute stress in the short term, definitely. But it can severely hinder your long-term perspective and prevent you from setting clear, inspiring goals. This often leaves you feeling stuck in a rut, just floating rather than rowing with intention towards a meaningful horizon.
The absence of a why, means there's no magnet pulling you forward.
Exactly, no pull.
And sometimes the external environment is a major, often overwhelming factor, a lack of adequate support or resources.
Oh, absolutely. Feeling profoundly lonely or facing significant financial struggles that can deeply underpin the pervasive feeling of being stuck. It's incredibly hard to envision moving forward when you feel isolated, unresourced, or just constrained by basic survival concerns.
Your energy is just consumed by getting through the day.
Totally. It truly is. And while you might not always actively use it, simply having the option to turn to others during challenging times can provide significant psychological relief.
Just knowing it's there.
Just knowing that support is available, whether it's emotional, practical, or even just the knowledge of a safety net, makes a profound difference. It reduces the perceived threat and it increases your sense of self-efficacy. It makes the idea of taking a step forward feel less daunting. This sense of connection, even if it's just latent, can be a powerful antidote to feeling adrift.
Right. And finally, we often get caught by our own internal resistance, maybe one of the most insidious culprits. Resistance to change and external pressures can lock us firmly in place.
Ah, yes, the resistance.
Carl Jung famously said, "What you resist persists." If you're digging in your heels, refusing to accept change, loss, or transition, whether it's a job loss, the end of an era, or just the natural evolution of life, you'll remain mentally and emotionally stuck.
It's often rooted in a deep fear of the unknown, isn't it? Or a desire for things to just go back to how they were.
Yeah, that longing for the familiar.
And critically, don't forget the insidious impact of, as Martyr explains it, undue guilt or excessive concern about somebody else's opinion of how we should live our lives.
Oh, people-pleasing. That trap.
Exactly. This external pressure can be incredibly powerful. It prevents us from living authentically, from pursuing paths that genuinely resonate with our own desires and values. The imperative here is crystal clear. You need to live life for yourself, aligned with your deepest truths, not just to fulfill the expectations of others.
Because fighting what's new, or constantly conforming,
It consumes vast amounts of energy that could otherwise be used for moving forward, for picking up those oars and setting your own course. This fear of judgment can be a psychological anchor, holding you firm even as you long to move. 2. The compass within. Finding direction through values and purpose.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about why we feel stuck. And honestly, just acknowledging those reasons can be the first step to feeling unstuck, right?
Absolutely. Awareness is key.
Now let's shift gears to how we find our way forward. And that brings us to the often intimidating concept of life purpose, which, let's be honest, can feel incredibly overwhelming. Like some grand cosmic quest you're supposed to undertake alone in a cave, waiting for revelation.
You're absolutely right. The traditional, often monolithic idea of a singular life purpose can be paralyzing. It sets an impossibly high bar, making many people feel like they're failing if they haven't found it yet.
Yeah, that pressure.
Exactly. This is precisely why Mark Manson offers a much more refreshing, actionable, and frankly liberating reframing of this idea. He asks simply, what can I do with my time that is important?
Oh, I like that. What can I do with my time that is important?
Yeah, it immediately strips away the cosmic pressure and makes the question far more manageable and, crucially, actionable. It shifts the focus from a grand, elusive discovery to daily, intentional choices.
That's a great reframe. It completely changes the energy around the concept of purpose. It emphasizes that purpose isn't found by sitting passively, hoping it just descends upon you in a flash of insight.
Not at all.
Instead, it's discovered through the act of getting off your ass and discovering what feels important to you. And here's where it gets truly fascinating and often counterintuitive. Research suggests that passion isn't necessarily the cause of action, but often its result.
That's a big one. Passion follows action.
Right. You don't wait for passion to strike to start, you start taking action. You engage, you learn, you experience, and passion often follows as a natural consequence of that engagement and competence. It's a virtuous cycle.
Absolutely. And to help you on this dynamic journey of self-discovery and action, Manson poses some truly provocative, even strange questions. They're designed to cut through the noise of societal expectations and get right to the heart of what you genuinely value and what you are truly willing to work for.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Strange questions.
Yeah, they aren't meant to be easy answers. They are incredibly insightful prompts for deep introspection.
All right, let's dive into them. The first one is a bit crude, maybe, but its premise is profound. What's your favorite flavor of shit sandwich? And does it come with an olive?
Huh. Yeah, it's memorable. The premise here is brutally honest. Everything in life involves sacrifice. Every pursuit, no matter how enjoyable it seems, includes rough patches, difficulties, unpleasant tasks. Nothing is pleasurable all the time.
So it's about the struggle you can tolerate.
The insight here is absolutely crucial. What struggles are you genuinely willing to tolerate, even embrace? What unpleasant experiences can you consistently handle without giving up? This isn't about being masochistic or seeking out hardship for its own sake.
Right.
It's about identifying your unique competitive advantage, what discomfort you are willing to endure, what tedious work you can persist through, what sacrifices you are willing to make that most others simply aren't.
And you give an example?
Sure. A successful tech entrepreneur, they must handle the constant sting of failure and rejection. A dedicated artist needs to endure endless critiques, financial uncertainty sometimes. A top lawyer might accept routinely working 80-hour work weeks with intense pressure. Your favorite shit sandwich reveals where your true commitment and deepest motivations lie because you're willing to pay the price for what you value.
It shows your grit.
Exactly, which is often more important than pure talent.
That makes so much sense. It really reframes hardship. Okay, the second question, which I know resonated with me personally, is what's true about you today that would make your 8-year-old self cry?
Oof, that one hits home for a lot of people.
Yeah. The premise here is that as we move into adulthood, the social and professional pressures around us often inadvertently stifle our innate childhood passions. We are subtly, or sometimes not so subtly, taught to value only what is rewarded externally: money, status, approval, often at the expense of pure, unadulterated joy.
Yes, the powerful insight this question uncovers is, what childhood passion did you lose along the way? What activity did you once do purely for sheer joy, just because it felt good, that you simply stopped doing?
Did Manson give an example?
He did. He shared that he used to spend hours writing stories and building simple websites purely for the fun of it. Then he completely stopped as he pursued more sensible career paths.
Good.
Later, he rediscovered his profound love for writing and building online platforms. He realized his 8-year-old self wouldn't have cared a bit about making money or Google traffic. The joy was in the creative sense of play and the explanation of ideas. And that's truly where genuine passion often begins. This question urges you to reconnect with that pure, intrinsic motivation that societal pressures might have pushed into the background. It reminds you that your deepest joy often lies in activities you loved before the world told you what to value.
Okay, next up, the vividly phrased, what makes you forget to eat and poop?
Another strong image, yes. But the premise is straightforward and incredibly relatable. We've all had activities that absorb us so completely, so intensely that time simply vanishes.
Low stake.
Exactly. You become so engrossed that basic needs like hunger or thirst just fade into the background. Isaac Newton, legend has it, often had to be reminded by his mother to eat because he was so absorbed in his work on physics and math.
So what's the insight here, beyond just identifying the activity?
The profound insight here isn't just about the specific activity itself, like playing video games for Manson in his youth. It's about identifying the underlying cognitive principles behind those enthralling experiences.
Cognitive principles.
Yeah, it's not what you're doing, but why it engages you so deeply. Are the underlying drivers things like improvement, competition, organizing information, teaching others, problem solving, creating, discovering?
Okay.
Once you identify these core cognitive principles, you can consciously seek to apply them to many other areas of your life, even seemingly mundane ones. Manson, for example, realized his absorption in gaming wasn't just about the game. It was about the thrill of self-improvement and competition. Applying that underlying obsession to his business endeavors fundamentally changed his trajectory and engagement.
So you deconstruct your flow states to understand their ingredients.
Precisely.
Okay, the fourth question, which might seem counterintuitive at first. How can you better embarrass yourself?
This one challenges our comfort zone. The premise is that to become truly good at anything important, anything truly meaningful, you must first be willing to be terrible at it, to suck at it, and to embarrass yourself, often repeatedly.
Which most people actively avoid.
At all costs. We see embarrassment as a sign of failure or inadequacy.
So what's the value in seeking it out?
Precisely. The insight here is profound and incredibly liberating. If your primary reasons for not doing something you deeply fantasize about, something that lights a spark within you, are based purely on what others might think.
My parents would hate it. My friends would mock me.
I'd look like an idiot if I failed.
Right. If those are your reasons, then you are fundamentally avoiding something you truly care about due to an underlying fear of judgment.
So embracing vulnerability is key.
It's embracing growth. Great accomplishments, innovative ideas, deeply fulfilling lives are, by their very nature, unique and unconventional. They require us to go against the herd, to risk social awkwardness, to step outside our comfort zones, which is inherently scary, but that willingness to be imperfect, to be seen in your struggle, is a vital part of the path to something truly meaningful and authentic.
It's about shedding the fear of external validation to pursue your internal truth.
Moving on, the fifth question pushes us beyond ourselves. How are you going to save the world? This isn't about expecting you to become a literal superhero, right?
Not at all. But the underlying premise is deeply psychological. For a happy, healthy, and truly fulfilling life, we fundamentally need values that are greater than our own immediate pleasure or individual satisfaction. Pure hedonism, in the long run, often leaves us feeling empty.
We need meaning beyond ourselves.
The powerful insight here is to pick a problem, any problem, that you genuinely care deeply about. It could be as grand as education reform, economic development, combating domestic violence, addressing mental health stigma, fighting corruption, even tackling issues like sex trafficking.
Okay.
And then find a way, however small, to contribute. You won't fix the world's problems alone, and that's not the expectation. However, the feeling of making a difference, of contributing to something larger than yourself, is paramount for your own deep happiness and long-term fulfillment.
That intrinsic need for significance.
Yes, this inherent human need for significance, for purpose that transcends the self, is often met through service. This sense of importance, this connection to a greater good, is, in essence, where true lasting purpose resides. And it has measurable positive effects on our well-being, reducing self-focus and increasing feelings of gratitude and connection.
The penultimate question takes away all excuses. Gun to your head. If you had to leave the house all day, every day, where would you go and what would you do?
Stark, right? But true. Complacency is the absolute enemy of action.
And as we discussed earlier, passion is often the result of action, not its cause.
Exactly. Many of us find ourselves stuck not because we don't know what we want, but because we're too comfortable to go after it.
So this question forces action.
This question is designed to violently shake you out of your comfort zone and force radical honesty, without the digital distractions, without the endless scroll, without the cozy comfort of your couch. What active doing would you genuinely choose? What activity would you choose above all others if you literally had to be out of the house and engaged?
Good question.
Think about it. Would you go to a dance class, join a book club, pursue another degree, spend hours inventing something impactful, learn to hang glide, dedicate yourself to a specific cause? This question relentlessly reveals how you should truly be spending your limited, precious time.
It cuts through the inertia.
And highlights the activities that truly draw your intrinsic attention and energy, pushing you towards action rather than passive consumption.
And finally, the ultimate question. One that might sound grim, but offers unparalleled clarity. If you knew you were going to die 1 year from today, what would you do and how would you want to be remembered?
Yeah, confronting mortality. It's uncomfortable, but the premise is that it provides a unique and powerful perspective on life's true value. It forces us to strip away the trivial and focus intensely on what truly matters.
So what insight does it offer?
It offers deep clarity, often profoundly transformative. What legacy do you genuinely want to leave behind? What stories will people tell about you when you're gone? What would your obituary truly say? Not just what achievements you accumulated, but who you were and how you lived.
And the key is?
And, crucially, how can you start working towards that vision, that legacy today? This question helps you instantly clarify what is most important to you, what values should authentically guide your actions. It helps you move decisively beyond others' expectations or fleeting societal pressures.
Focusing your energy on what matters.
Exactly, on meaningful contribution and connection. Because when time is short, only what truly matters rises to the surface. It's a powerful compass for reevaluating your priorities and aligning your actions with your deepest self.
These questions are certainly provocative. They're meant to be, designed to shake us out of our inertia. But the act of consistent self-reflection itself is key, right? Not just the answers.
Absolutely. The process is vital.
And that brings us to another profoundly powerful and accessible tool for this journey. Journaling as a catalyst for self-discovery.
Journaling is incredible. It's an almost therapeutic way to process complex emotions, gain profound clarity, and truly listen to your own inner voice without judgment.
How does it work?
Well, it helps externalize scattered thoughts, allowing you to see patterns you might otherwise miss. It can even create new neural connections. We've gathered some specific prompts that can guide your reflection and help you dig deeper than just a superficial glance.
Okay, let's hear some prompts. Where should someone start?
Here are a few to get you started, and I really encourage setting aside dedicated time for them. First, what gives me energy? What is exhausting me? What can I give that gives back? What vampirizes me?
So it's about energy flow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This isn't just about listing activities. It's about discerning what truly nourishes your spirit and mind versus what drains your life force, sometimes without you even realizing it. This awareness is foundational to intelligent energy management.
Good one. What else?
Another great one, designed to foster self-compassion, is to literally talk to yourself as if you were your own best friend. Ask, how does the self feel now? What would the self tell to the good friend I am to him now?
Ah, treating yourself kindly.
Yes. This shifts your perspective, softens your inner critic, and encourages a more honest, empathetic internal dialogue. It allows for greater acceptance and constructive self-guidance. It's about building a supportive relationship with yourself.
Okay. And this next one is fascinating because it strips away external pressures.
Mm.
What would I do that brings me joy if I were living in a world with nobody else? How is it different from this world? Would people care in this world? If they don't, why do I waste my time?
A powerful thought experiment. It helps you identify pure, unadulterated joy and purpose that exists independent of external validation or expectations. It's a powerful filter for what truly matters to you.
Getting to the core.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And to uncover potentially hidden issues, underlying feelings that might be keeping you stuck, ask yourself, what is something you haven't been honest about with yourself?
Ooh, tough one.
This can be surprisingly brutal to confront, but incredibly liberating once acknowledged. It helps you understand long-standing emotions, unhelpful beliefs, or self-sabotaging behaviors that you've maybe pushed beneath the surface. True growth often begins with uncomfortable truths.
Very true. How about reflecting on expectations versus reality?
Yes, a very reflective prompt is to consider, who are you now and who did you think you'd be? How does the gap between these two versions of yourself make you feel?
Acknowledging that gap.
This prompt directly addresses the often uncomfortable reality of how far we might have strayed from our youthful aspirations or imagined futures. It's not about judgment, but about acknowledging the emotional impact of that divergence and finding peace with your present self while still holding space for growth.
Okay. And gaining perspective.
For a truly insightful perspective, allowing you to see your life from a fresh angle, try this. Write about your life from your own point of view, and then try and write about it from a third-person, objective acquaintance's point of view.
Seeing yourself from the outside.
Exactly. This exercise can help you discover what you might be undervaluing in your own life, or what unique strengths and experiences you possess that you perhaps take for granted. It's like stepping outside yourself to gain a more balanced and often more appreciative perspective.
And while journaling, you mentioned the Ikigai framework.
Yes, Ikigai. It's a Japanese concept, often translated as a reason for being. It's a wonderful guide for finding your passions and purpose by exploring the intersection of 4 key areas: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for.
Finding that sweet spot.
It provides a visual framework for finding your unique sweet spot of meaning and livelihood. Really helpful. 3, anchoring your life, the power of values.
So after all that deep self-reflection, those probing questions, the journaling insights, what do we actually do with it all?
Great question. This is where your values come in.
Values. The inner compass.
They're truly your most reliable inner compass. More consistent than emotions, more enduring than goals. Think of them as the essential foundational building blocks for a deeply meaningful and purposeful life.
The core beliefs guiding us.
Exactly. The core beliefs and principles that ultimately guide every decision and action you take.
That's a perfect way to put it. And everyone has values, right? Even if they don't think about them.
Everyone, whether they explicitly realize it or not, has a set of operating values, even if they're unconscious. But the key, especially when you feel adrift, is to establish meaningful, conscious values that truly reflect who you are and what you authentically stand for.
Because without them,
Without clearly articulated values, you can easily feel lost, confused, or profoundly disconnected from your choices. You become more vulnerable to external pressures, societal expectations, or simply drifting wherever the current takes you. But with clearly defined values, you gain incredible direction, profound clarity, and an unshakable framework for ethical and purposeful behavior. They become your internal North Star, always pointing you in your true direction.
Okay. Now, it's critically important as we talk about this to understand the crucial distinction between values and goals. They're often conflated, right? Or used interchangeably.
They are, and it causes confusion. They serve fundamentally different purposes, and confusing them can lead to frustration.
So what's the difference?
Goals are things you cross off a to-do list, like getting that promotion, running a marathon, saving a specific amount of money. They have a clear endpoint, a finish line you can reach.
Achievable tasks.
Exactly. Values, on the other hand, are never fully achieved or crossed off a list. You don't finish valuing integrity or complete the value of compassion.
You live them.
Instead, they are continuously embodied through your actions and choices. If you value spending time in nature, you don't finish that value after one camping trip. You continue to live out that value through consistent actions that connect you with the natural world.
They're the ongoing direction.
They are your ever-present compass, or North Star, providing continuous guidance and direction, especially when things get difficult, confusing, or when you face tough choices. They provide the enduring why behind your what, giving your actions deep meaning beyond mere achievement.
Okay, that distinction is super helpful. So knowing how vital they are, how do we actually identify these core values? And then, most importantly, how do we actually live by them in our daily lives? It's that simple, but
It requires intentional effort and ongoing reflection, for sure. The first practical step is to make a list and reflect on past experiences.
brainstorming values.
Yeah, begin by brainstorming a wide range of values that initially resonate with you. Think honesty, integrity, compassion, courage, perseverance, responsibility, respect, trust, authenticity, gratitude, love, creativity, community, growth, family, spirituality. Don't censor yourself at this stage.
Get it all out there.
Exactly. Then here's the key. Think back to moments in your life when you experienced your deepest fulfillment, pride, a profound sense of happiness, or moments when you felt truly alive and aligned. What values were demonstrably present and active in those peak experiences?
What was driving those feelings?
Right. Did you feel a sense of contribution, courage, or connection? This retrospective reflection can give you incredibly powerful clues about what genuinely matters most to you.
Okay, so once you have that brainstormed list, what's next? It could be pretty long.
It could be. So the next step is to prioritize and refine. You'll likely have a long list initially, but the goal is to narrow it down to your top, say, 5-7 most important non-negotiable values, the ones that will genuinely guide your most significant decisions and shape your life.
Quality over quantity.
Definitely. This isn't about having the most values, but having the right, most authentic values for you. And remember, a truly core value should always be freely chosen. Something you genuinely embrace, not adopted solely because of external pressure or expectation.
Like the parenting example you gave.
Exactly. Parenting might be a profound value, but it should stem from a genuine desire to nurture and guide, not solely from a societal obligation or what you think you should value.
Authenticity is key.
Yeah.
Then what? How do we check if we're living them?
Next, check for consistency and imagine your legacy. This is where the rubber meets the road. Regularly assess if your daily actions, your habits, your major life choices truly align with your stated values. Look for patterns. Are your actions a reflection of what you say you value?
Holding yourself accountable.
Yes. And a powerful, deeply revealing exercise is to vividly imagine your own retirement party or even your funeral. What would your loved ones, your colleagues, your friends truly say about how you lived your life?
Not just what you achieved.
Exactly. Not just what you achieved, but what kind of person you were, what values you embodied. This thought experiment often cuts through the noise of daily distractions and helps reveal your deepest personal motivations and values, moving beyond superficial desires.
That's powerful. And the final step, making it real.
And the final, most critical step, turn values into concrete actions. Identifying your values is powerful, but living them is transformative. Once your core values are clear, actively brainstorm concrete, measurable activities that are consistent with them.
Okay, give me an example.
Sure. If you value contributing to your community and supporting young people, your actions could include regularly volunteering at a children's hospital, actively mentoring emerging professionals, or dedicating time to tutoring underprivileged students.
Making the value tangible.
Precisely. And it's crucial to remember that these actions don't have to be grand public gestures. Small, everyday behaviors also profoundly embody your values. Well, if physical relaxation and well-being is a core value, consistently taking a calming bath, prioritizing short meditation breaks, or going for a refreshing walk in nature can be perfectly valid and powerful actions. The key is consistent, intentional behavior that reinforces what you hold dear, integrating your values into the fabric of your daily life.
Every choice matters.
Every choice, no matter how small, can be an affirmation of your deepest beliefs.
So when you truly commit to identifying and living by strong values, the benefits are really profound, aren't they? Far-reaching.
Absolutely. First, they provide an immediate sense of direction and clarity. When you know what's truly important to you, it helps you make aligned decisions with confidence. It cuts through the confusion of feeling lost and enables you to focus your precious time and energy effectively. No more drifting rudderless.
Gives you focus.
And they also foster incredible consistency and resilience. When your actions are guided by your values, you naturally become more reliable and trustworthy, which in turn helps you build stronger, more authentic relationships.
Enduring tough times.
Critically, you can draw immense strength and inner fortitude from your values during times of adversity, uncertainty, or major life changes. They become an unshakable anchor, keeping you focused and motivated even when life throws its most challenging curveballs. Your values become your inner bedrock.
And personally, how does it feel?
Finally, and perhaps most personally rewarding, living by your values profoundly boosts your confidence and authenticity. Being true to yourself, aligning your inner world with your outer actions fosters a deep sense of inner peace and self-assurance.
Feeling congruent.
Exactly. It helps you achieve your goals not just through effort, but by guiding your decisions towards outcomes you truly desire, rather than chasing external validations or expectations that don't align with who you are. This creates a powerful congruence that is deeply satisfying.
And there's science behind this, too.
There's compelling scientific research supporting these benefits. It illustrates that this isn't just a feel-good exercise. Studies suggest that clarifying your values can lead to significantly less distress, reduced suffering, lower rates of depression, and generally better overall psychological function.
Wow. Even biological markers.
There's even evidence of lower biological stress markers, such as cortisol, in individuals who live in alignment with their values. It's a tangible benefit for both your mental and physical well-being. 4. Activating your path, mindset shifts, and practical steps.
Okay, we've talked about understanding why we feel stuck and then finding our inner compass through values and purpose. Now let's transition into activating that path moving forward with practical steps and crucial mindset shifts. And a powerful, often underestimated tool for this is cultivating presence through mindfulness.
Ah, yes, mindfulness. It's become a bit of a buzzword, but at its core, it's the quality of being fully present.
What does that mean exactly, being present?
It means being open, aware, and engaged in the current moment, without judgment or criticism of your thoughts or feelings. It's often mistakenly confused with meditation, but they're not quite the same thing.
How are they different?
Mindfulness is the mindset, a way of being aware. Meditation is the formal training or practice you might undertake to cultivate that mindset. You can be mindful without meditating, but meditation is certainly a powerful path to developing mindfulness.
That's a vital distinction. And the benefits. I hear they're extensive.
They really are, and they're scientifically backed. Regular mindfulness practice can lead to improved self-control, greater objectivity in thought, enhanced tolerance for discomfort, increased cognitive flexibility, better concentration, deeper empathy, heightened mental clarity, and an overall boost in well-being.
So it's more than just relaxing. It's a shift in how you engage with the world.
It's a fundamental, even neurological shift in how you engage with your internal and external world. It helps to quiet the mental chatter that often accompanies feeling lost or overwhelmed.
Okay, but does it require hours of meditation? That seems daunting.
And the truly great news is no. You don't need to commit to hours of formal sitting meditation to start experiencing these benefits. There are many simple, accessible mindfulness exercises you can integrate seamlessly into your everyday life, literally starting today.
All right, let's run through some practical ones. What's an easy one to start with?
First, the 5-minute breathing exercise. Super simple. Find a comfortable position, upright yet relaxed. Gently close your eyes or just soften your gaze.
Okay.
For 5 minutes, focus your entire attention on the natural rhythm of your breath. Notice the subtle sensations, the temperature of the air as it enters and leaves your nostrils, the gentle rise and fall of your chest or abdomen, the feeling of your lungs expanding.
And if my mind wanders? Because it will.
When your mind inevitably wanders, and it will, that's what minds do. Simply acknowledge the thought without judgment and gently, patiently bring your focus back to the breath. This simple practice helps calm the nervous system by activating the parasympathetic response, building self-awareness and re-anchoring you in the present moment.
5 minutes sounds doable. What else?
Then there's the body scan. This is a very popular and effective exercise. Lie down or sit comfortably. Mentally scan your body, starting from the top of your head and slowly moving all the way down to your toes.
What am I looking for?
As you focus on each area, simply notice any sensations. Tension, warmth, coolness, tingling, or even an absence of sensation. Breathe into those areas, imagining your breath providing calmness and relaxation to any areas of tension or pain.
Can I do this quickly?
You can practice this in spare moments throughout your day, like when you're brushing your teeth, standing in line, or waiting for a meeting, instead of automatically reaching for your phone. It builds a deeper connection to your physical self, improving interoception, your awareness of your body's internal state, and fostering a profound sense of groundedness.
Okay. And how about transforming everyday acts into mindful ones? You mentioned that earlier.
Yes. Mindful eating or drinking turns routine into a rich sensorial experience. When eating, take a moment to truly appreciate the smell, the vibrant appearance, the texture of your food.
Slowing down.
Exactly. Cut small bites, chew mindfully, savoring each flavor and sensation. Crucially, question why you're eating. Is it true physical hunger, or are emotions, stress, or habit driving you?
And for drinking.
Same idea. Appreciate the weight of the glass, its color, the subtle aroma. Allow the flavors to truly linger on your palate before swallowing. This practice slows down consumption, increases enjoyment, and fosters a more conscious relationship with nourishment, helping you tune into your body's true signals.
I like that. What about our environment?
Absolutely. Another simple yet powerful practice is to declutter your workspace. Frame cleaning your desk or tidying your immediate environment not as a tedious chore, but as a mindful act, a gift to myself.
A gift. How so?
As you pick up each item, notice its purpose, then mindfully place it where it belongs. This physical act of organizing recovers mental focus and re-energizes you because, as the old saying goes, a cluttered desk often reflects a cluttered mind. The act of creating order externally can bring a sense of order internally. It provides a tangible sense of accomplishment and a fresh start.
I can certainly attest to the power of a clear workspace. What about music? Can that be mindful?
Definitely. Try to pay attention to music. Instead of letting music be mere background noise while you do other things, actively listen to a song. Choose one you love or one that's complex.
What should I listen for?
Try to identify different instruments playing the bass, the drums, the vocals, the guitar. Then try focusing on just one instrument throughout the song, noticing its unique contribution. Finally, listen to the whole piece again to appreciate its full richness and how all the parts weave together.
Training your attention.
Exactly. This trains your attention to notice parts within the whole, a skill that enhances your focus and analytical abilities in many other areas of life too, from problem solving to interpersonal dynamics.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What about our devices? They're always demanding attention.
Taking a digital break is absolutely essential in our constantly connected, always-on world. Disconnecting from your devices, your phone, tablet, computer, even for just 5 minutes at a time, can profoundly relax your mind.
5 minutes.
Even 5 minutes. It creates crucial mental space for new ideas to emerge and paradoxically boosts your overall productivity and creativity. The key is to approach it as a mindful pause, not simply device aversion out of frustration. It's about intentionally giving your mind space to breathe, to reset, and to regain a sense of calmness and focus without external input constantly vying for your attention. This allows for mental integration and true presence.
A mindful pause. I like that framing. And finally, something active.
And finally, walking contemplation. Most people associate meditation with sitting still in a quiet room, but you can absolutely practice mindfulness while moving. During your next walk, whether it's a stroll around the block or a hike in nature, intentionally engage all your senses.
Wow.
Feel your body's movement, the sensation of your feet on the ground, the rhythm of your steps. Listen actively to the sounds around you, birds, traffic, wind. Notice the air temperature on your skin, the smells in the air, the colors and textures of your surroundings.
Shifting focus outwards.
This practice shifts your energy and attention to external observation, effectively redirecting from internal rumination and helping you be truly vibrantly present in your environment.
These exercises sound simple, but maybe powerful over time.
They are powerful tools. Even if they feel a little awkward or unfamiliar at first, consistent practice can gradually release deeply ingrained negative patterns of thought and feeling. It leads to significant improvements in your overall well-being. They're about cultivating presence and awareness in the small, seemingly insignificant moments of your day, building your capacity to choose where your attention goes.
Okay. Beyond these powerful mindfulness practices, what about broader practical techniques? Things to help you get unstuck and truly move forward with intention.
Right. Remember, finding direction is ultimately about making conscious, consistent changes to improve your mental, physical, and emotional well-being. It's an active process.
So where do we start with that?
A crucial and often challenging starting point is to become deeply aware and take radical responsibility. Begin with honest self-awareness. Identify the defense mechanisms you employ, like denial or rationalization. Notice the cognitive distortions you fall prey to, like catastrophizing or black and white thinking. See any unhelpful relationship patterns that might be unconsciously holding you back.
Brutal honesty with yourself.
Yes. Then, and this is the pivotal shift, move beyond the blame game. Take full responsibility for your choices, your reactions, and your path forward. Practice forgiveness not just for others, but profoundly for yourself.
Is professional help useful here?
Absolutely. While self-reflection is powerful, remember that sometimes, especially when dealing with deeply ingrained patterns, finding a trusted therapist or coach for support can provide invaluable guidance and make the journey less overwhelming to tackle alone.
Good point. What about that inner critic?
It's also absolutely vital to silence your inner saboteur and consistently practice self-care. That inner critic, that voice that tells you you're not good enough or that you'll fail, it can be debilitating.
So choose to be your own best friend.
Consciously choose to be your own best friend, your strongest advocate, not your harshest critic. Cultivating self-compassion, treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would a beloved friend, and consistent self-care are essential. These aren't luxuries. They are fundamental practices to replenish your energy and motivation, which are often profoundly depleted when you feel stuck or adrift.
Self-care refuels the compass.
Exactly.
Then what about looking forward? Setting goals.
Then, crucially, create a clear vision for your life. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's a powerful act of intention. Develop a personal manifesto, a clear statement of your core beliefs, values, and aspirations.
And practical goals.
Yes, establish clear professional and personal goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound SMART goals. Then, create a detailed action plan with small, measurable steps that move you towards that vision. Living with intention and visualizing your success, seeing yourself achieving those steps, can powerfully leverage the concept of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Where positive expectations increase the likelihood of success.
Right. Your focused actions increase the likelihood of the desired outcomes.
Okay. And we talked about support systems earlier. How does that fit in here?
Don't underestimate the profound power of connection. Request and practice healthy detachment. This involves two key components. First, actively reach out to your support network. Revisit old friendships that have perhaps faded, or courageously forge new ones with people who uplift and inspire you. Actively ask for the support you need and truly deserve. No one navigates these waters alone.
And the second part, healthy detachment.
And second, healthy detachment involves reassessing your current relationships or jobs. Identify specific aspects within them that make you feel stuck or drained, and courageously explore if change is possible within those structures.
And if not,
consider what boundaries might need to be set or what difficult decisions might need to be made. Learn to let go of negative ruminative thoughts by identifying them in the moment, acknowledging them without judgment, and then gently letting them pass. Foster a healthy detachment rather than letting them overwhelm you and keep you mentally trapped.
okay. This often leads us to a very common and deeply challenging situation for many. Navigating career transitions when you feel adrift. We see this a lot. We even had a listener question similar to a Reddit post about someone in tech sales feeling profoundly unnatural and stuck in their role.
Oh yeah, that's incredibly relatable for so many people.
They felt they had no other transferable skills to lean on, leading to a sense of being trapped. What's the first step there?
The first crucial step here is to identify precisely what feels off. Is it the type of work itself, the daily tasks, the technical challenges, the intellectual stimulation? Is it the level of interaction required too much client-facing, not enough collaboration? Is it the company culture, the industry, or perhaps something else entirely?
Pinpoint the source of discomfort.
Exactly. It's like diagnosing the problem with your compass. You can't fix it if you don't know what's broken.
Then what? Do you just quit?
Not necessarily right away. Instead of jumping to a complete career overhaul, consider starting with small strategic pivots. You don't have to quit your job tomorrow and start over from scratch.
Like adjusting within the current field.
Could you shift towards roles with different client bases within your current field? Maybe moving from corporate to nonprofit sales? Or perhaps tweak your daily routines and responsibilities to align better with your strengths and what little energy you still have? Sometimes even a small internal shift can make a big difference in perception.
Okay, and that feeling of having no transferable skills.
Yes. This is vital. It's crucial to leverage your existing skills. Take a deliberate break to reflect deeply on all the new skills and knowledge you've gained from your current job, from past roles, and from your education. Even if you don't feel good enough or uniquely skilled, you likely possess an impressive array of valuable and highly transferable skills.
Like what, in that tech sales example?
Okay, let's break it down. You've gained deep technical understanding of products and services, familiarity with industry trends, proficiency with CRM software. That's huge.
Technical skills. What else?
On the business side, you understand organizational processes, budget cycles, how different departments interact. You've honed powerful sales and negotiation techniques for building client relationships, identifying needs, overcoming objections.
Sales and business acumen.
Indeed. You've also developed robust project management skills from managing accounts, prioritizing tasks, consistently meeting deadlines. Your communication skills involve not just presenting complex info clearly, but also active listening and persuasive speaking.
Communication, project management.
Problem solving includes identifying and resolving client issues, often requiring creative solutions under pressure. And data analysis, you're interpreting sales metrics, using data for forecasts, presenting compelling reports, not to mention highly refined interpersonal skills from collaborating with diverse internal teams and adapting your communication style to various client personalities.
Oh, okay. When you list it like that.
See, all of these are incredibly valuable and transferable across countless industries.
Right. So, for example, if you excel at and genuinely enjoy the data analysis aspects, what could you explore?
You might explore careers in business intelligence, data analytics, or market research. If the technical knowledge genuinely fascinates you, perhaps product management, technical writing, or even becoming a solutions engineer could be appealing.
So you genuinely have more transferable skills than you might think.
Absolutely. Your current role is a stepping stone, not a dead end. Your perspective might just be limited right now.
So what's the final piece of advice for someone feeling stuck in their career?
Finally, seek external support. Don't try to figure this out alone. Explore professional skills assessment tools. There are many online that can objectively highlight your aptitudes and interests. Network actively with people in roles that intrigue you. Their real-world experiences might be eye-opening and inspire new ideas.
Talk to people.
Yes. And consider taking small, low-stakes steps, like enrolling in a short online course in a new area of interest. You are not as stuck as your brain might currently be telling you. There are always paths outside your current bubble, and external input can really help you see them.
Outro. Wow, what a journey we've taken today. We've navigated a really deep dive into understanding that pervasive feeling of being lost, and maybe more importantly, into actively finding your direction and purpose again.
It's been a lot to cover.
It has. Let's try and distill some of the most important takeaways from this expansive exploration.
Okay, first and foremost, I think it's crucial to remember this. Feeling lost is not a permanent destination. It is a powerful signal.
A signal, not a stopping point.
Exactly. It's an invaluable invitation to truly check in with yourself, to listen to your inner compass, rather than simply trying to distract yourself from the discomfort or wishing the feeling away. It's really an opportunity for profound growth.
And crucially, finding direction isn't about some grand, singular, elusive life purpose that's hidden from you, waiting to be discovered like buried treasure.
No cosmic quest required.
Right. Instead, it's about consistently identifying what truly feels important and meaningful to you in this moment, and then diligently dedicating your limited time, energy, and resources to those things. Purpose emerges from action, not the other way around.
And your values are your truest compass. Taking the time, often through that deep reflection we talked about, to identify what truly resonates with your core being, what you stand for, what you prioritize, and then intentionally aligning your daily actions with those values.
That provides direction.
It provides profound direction, unwavering clarity, and incredible resilience, especially when life throws its toughest challenges your way. They really are your anchor in stormy seas.
In practical self-reflection, whether it's through those structured, sometimes provocative questions or just consistent, honest journaling.
It illuminates your inner landscape like nothing else. It helps you uncover your authentic self, understand your true drivers, and see the patterns that might be keeping you adrift. It's like turning on the lights in a previously dark room.
Yeah, clearing the fog.
And mindfulness isn't just about formal meditation, it's a powerful, accessible way of being present in your everyday life. It can be seamlessly integrated through simple exercises that help you regain focus, reduce internal chatter and stress, and cultivate a deeper appreciation for the richness and beauty of each unfolding moment, even amidst challenges.
It helps you navigate the present.
So you can build a better future.
Ultimately, the path forward isn't some grand leap, is it? It's more like a deliberate construction.
Exactly. It's built on cultivating unwavering self-awareness, taking full responsibility for your choices and reactions, nurturing self-compassion, and most importantly, consistently taking small, intentional actions that embody your deepest desires and values.
Picking up your oars.
It's about consciously picking up your oars, understanding your destination, and diligently mapping your own greatest, most authentic path.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, maybe a final provocative thought for people to mull on.
Okay, consider this. The very moments you feel most lost often hold the clearest map to your true north. What is the specific fear or discomfort you've been actively resisting? Perhaps the fear of change, the fear of judgment, or the discomfort of uncertainty that, if genuinely embraced and explored, could unlock the very direction you seek.
Hmm. Embracing the discomfort.
The journey to purpose isn't about avoiding the unknown. It's about bravely stepping into it, knowing you already possess the profound tools within you to find your way.
Thank you for joining us on this deeply personal and hopefully transformative deep dive into finding your way when you feel adrift. We sincerely hope the insights shared today serve as a powerful compass for your own unique journey.
We invite you to explore these ideas further for yourself. Pick up that pen, ask those questions, and truly listen to what your inner self has to say.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and above all, keep growing into your most authentic self.